Hi guys, this lesson is for kindergarten through 3rd grade here at Legacy or anyone else who is using an iPad. I found another app to use that works pretty well, and I think we're going to start using it more often. I've downloaded it for the kids here at school, but those who aren't here, how you do it if you are on the school's, if you're using a school issued iPad, you would go to your app catalog. I'll go back and show you that one more time. The app catalog looks like that. Little blue icon, click on that. And these are the school approved apps. And so you'll scroll down until you see Autodesk Sketchbook. Should be on here still, even though I downloaded it. There it is. Auto Sketch. And you'll click on install. Now I've already installed mine, but you would click install and then click OK when it prompts you to click OK. And then let it install on your computer, and it will look like this when it's done. So take a minute to do that if you haven't done it already. You can pause, and now we'll begin going ahead and looking at Sketchbook. So here's the app. Okay, when you click on it, it should look like this. It should have an open or quick tour or skip. So you can do the quick tour, or but I'm going to just give you guys a quick tour on my own. So what you have here is, this is your space to work, and with 2 fingers you can click and drag and see the whole thing. You can even turn it if you want to see it horizontally or diagonally. Okay, so once you have that set there, you have your tools over here on this side. These are all like mark making tools, and you can use a pencil. This one is more of a chisel, so it kind of has that edge to it. This one is more of an airbrush tool. You've got a little micro pen tool, a little fountain type pen tool, a watercolor brush. I like that one a lot. That's pretty cool. And then a few others. Then you have this one. What is it called again? If you hover over, you can see the names. Smudge pen. Okay, smudge pen. Just kind of smears stuff around. Then you have an eraser tool, and then a chiseled eraser tool, and a few more down here at the bottom. What we got? That, this one, this one, this one, and this one. They all have their names. You guys can look at them. Now, what you can also do, if you want to get rid of everything, you can go back by clicking that back button right there. I'll click on it from up here so you can see better. And I'll come back to up here and start over from the top. So also, if you want to make your pencil mark bigger than that, you can click on this little bar that drags up and down, make it bigger or smaller. Oh, it's super small. Can't even see it without it being in focus. And you can do that with all of them. You can also change the opacity. So I can have, opacity means how transparent something is. So I can make it more opaque, or less opaque, which means it's going to be more transparent and see-through. So you can see how it's on top of that black line, but you can still see through it. You can also change colors by clicking over here on that right there, and then you can pick your hue by going around the circle. It changes your hue, and then the middle changes your value and your intensity. So I've still got it kind of transparent. Let me make it back to fully opaque. There we go. So that's a few of the tools here. I'll go back and get rid of all this. Other things, you have layers on here as well. So if I were to draw something right here, and then I want to make a new layer, see that's on that layer. I'm going to click here, the plus button. Oops, I did it twice on accident. Click there and delete that. So I've got one new layer. If I click on that, you can see options there. What I'll do is if I want to color on here, let me color with a different color so you can see better. Color that and use a different brush so you can see a big difference. If I scribble over everything right here, let's say I just color right on top of that. Cool thing with layers is that you can move them front to back. So what I can do now is I can hold my finger down on this button, on this layer until it does that. See what it did there? It kind of gets larger. I can drag it below the other one, and I can move them back and forth. What I can do also is I can keep adding layers. Oh, and it popped up in between the two. I want to drag it and move it up to the top. I'm going to show you how to fill in your whole page with a color real quick. That will be the fill tool up here at the top. It looks like a cup with some liquid in it. You click there, and then I'll change my color so you can see the difference. Okay. So then you just click on the layer, and it's highlighted, so it's going to be on one layer that covers everything. But like I said before, like I showed you, you can click and hold and drag and move that layer below your other ones. So you get a lot of versatility with this, a lot of options. You can do so many things. One more cool thing you can do, and there's many things, I'm not going to teach you everything right now, is you can click on the select tool, and with the select tool you have a lasso. That's kind of a freehand select tool. You kind of can do that there, and depending on what layer you're on, so I'm on that layer, I'm going to make a new layer for this, and click here, and then make sure I drag that up to the top. What you can do with that layer, that selected part, now that it's selected, I'm going to click here. You could draw on it, or you could fill it in with one color. I'm going to show you what it looks like to fill in with one color. It just fills in what you selected. So you could also have selected a rectangle and drawn a rectangle in there, and go back to your fill tool and fill it up with a rectangle. Let's see, let me move these down below so we can do some more stuff. Okay. And then let's add a new layer up here at the top. And I'm going to paint it all one color first. Now I've got that selected, so if I have something selected, to get rid of the selection, I come back to my selection tool. And there's an X selection tool, the red X. You click that and it deselects everything so that you can work again outside of that space. Alright, so I'm going to have the whole new layer here painted. Let's paint it something. Let's paint it black, or really black. There we go, down there. Paint the whole thing in. So now you can see I'm going to click on the selection tool again, and if I want to draw two rectangles at a time, it won't let me, because it only does one at a time, unless I click on here, this little special button, and then change that to the one that's in the middle that has a plus button on it. Okay, so now I can click and do multiple ones at a time. This is fun because you can make a maze or whatever you'd like to make with this. And then after I make all those, it's just selected, so I could do the paint bucket again like this. Pick a different color so you can see the difference and fill it in all at once. Or I can even do this. I can draw inside of there. And it should only let me draw. Oh wait. Pick something totally different color. There it goes. Should only draw inside the selected part, which is kind of cool. So again, the options are endless. So much you can do with this. What I'd like to see you guys do is just kind of play around with it, and you have a free draw with it, but do some cool creative stuff and send it to the assignment. To save this on an iPad, what you do is you click on that little button up there at the top. It's hard to see on my camera right now, it won't pick it up, but there's a little button way over here on the left, far left side on the top. Click there. Boop. There we go. Alright. And you're going to click share. And that'll ask you if you want to do all this. You're going to click on save image. And that saves it to your pictures. So I should have it over here. Where are my pictures at? Photos right up here. Right there. So it's in my photos. And when I go to Google Classroom, takes a second. Alright, when I go to my, let me go to an assignment I can work on. Some of the stuff from our classes in the summer for teachers. Okay, so I can go to add attachment. And this time it's not in my files, it's actually in Pick Photo. So you have to go to Pick Photo, and then there it is. It takes a second. It pops up, and there we have it right there. Alright, so that's all I wanted to show you guys. Enjoy the new app.